Hey folks, Dino here again. This time with part 2 of my Tonson Toys Trunks version B review. This is the comparisons, head swaps, and all that jazz that we always do in a part 2. Because of course, I drone on far too much in the first part. So yeah, I've got a few things to do in this review, or this video. First off, I want to see if the swoosh effects work on the sword. I'm also going to compare it to like Tonson's version, just to prove to you that they aren't the same mould at all. I also have all of these head swaps to do between all three figures, at least the ones that I think would look the best. Spoilers, I have, since recording the previous version, I have tried some of the head swaps, and some of them do work. So, yeah. I'll also be popping some of these faces on, or attempting to, onto the like official heads, just to see what happens. I'll also be checking if this works on the official Boy from the Future mould. I'm actually kind of hoping they do, because I don't know if you notice, but the colour of the trousers or the pants on both figures is actually a lot closer than I thought it would be. Which begs the question, what colour is the version A? Like, I thought the version A was supposed to mimic the anime colours. But as you can see, like, there's very little difference in the colour scheme between these two. Some parts are slightly darker, but apart from that, like, there's not much difference at all. And finally, I'm not holding up much hope, but I just want to try this on the Tonson Art ones, just to see if I can sort of get away with a BoJack movie Trunks, because I have the long hair there, so it would be good to know if we could do that. Even without, like, I'm hoping these heads, I know this isn't one-to-one with what Trunks' hair ends up looking like in most of the movies. This is just what it looks like in the Cell Saga. For some reason they changed the hairstyle. But frankly, the hairstyle looks better in the movies. The way the hair goes. But he ends up with one like long strand of hair, and everything's a lot more up. Whereas the version from the Cell Saga, there's quite a bit of it down over his face. So yeah, it'll do for the moment anyway. If it fits, that is. But yeah, let's get straight into this, shall we? So first off, showing the differences between the swords. You will see straight off the rip, there are similarities, but it's not actually the same scale. The Tonson Art Toys scabbard is smaller. So I think what's happened is he started off with this as the base design, and then he's adjusted it to fit like his own, because things like the pommel are the same, as you can see, but then the bottom of the handle is different. This section, which is supposed to be part of the strap, those are different. Those don't have the sort of rivet details in it, and overall there's just a lot more detail on this one. In an ideal world, I would be comparing the version A of this, but just imagine this one's the same colour as this one. Yeah, even the strap is slightly different. This one, the red is bigger on that design, and there's a secondary buckle with even a little bit of detail for where the buckle should be. Plus, obviously, that bit's magnetic. So yeah, popping them both out of the scabbards. Yeah, I wasn't crazy. The Tonson Art Toys one sort of tapers out more than the official. Plus the hilt is different, the actual handle. So yeah, that is interesting to know. Very interesting. I didn't honestly expect him to basically make his own mould for the sword. Like, this one's perfectly serviceable. The question is, though, does it fit the effect piece? Moment of truth. Yes, that fits perfectly. It even stops at the same point. So yeah, if you wanted to, you could use that swooshing effect on the boy from the future Trunks a sword. Which, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to be doing. This guy's going to be looking badass. The second version of this one is now going to be doing the Frieza slash. So yeah, that's very good to know. So far, so good. So let's get this guy here first of all. And let's see if these work. So, if I pop that out, is this the right way round? Yes, it is. That pops in nicely. Okay. Now, I'm not holding out much hope because of these extra lips here, but let's see. Can I fit that? Oh, that does. That fits. That actually fits incredibly well. That is so seamless. That's excellent to know. I can use these on other figures. I'm actually quite happy at that. Yeah, and as you can see, there is very little difference, if any, to the colour of the pants. So yeah, I really love that. While we have this Trunks in hand, let's see if these fit. Does it work? Does it work? Ooh, it's a bit tight. That is very tight. I'm not too worried about it stretching the peg hole, because obviously these new style heads are designed to sort of flex a bit without becoming loose over time. So, come on. Ooh, that popped. That was a nice pop. Yeah, that works. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, I think I've just found my new base form Trunks head. I don't care that the hair colour is off. Like, that looks excellent. Man, I'm wishing I had the A version now, honestly. I apologise, guys, I'm getting a bit excited here, but I didn't expect this to work as well as it did. So the fact that it is working, like, once I get the A version, that head is going on that body, and that's where it's staying. Moment of truth, though, does it come back out easily? Yes, it does. I'm going to assume at this point that because the base form head fits, that the Super Saiyan one will also fit. So I'm not going to bother checking that. Is there anything else I need to check with this head? Why don't we try the faces on this one? I promise you we're getting to the meat and potatoes shortly. I'm just wanting to see if I can make the official figure look any better. So yeah, as you can see, while the design of the faces is the same, the peg on the Tonsnap Toys version is ever so slightly bigger. I don't know why he did that. That's a bit annoying. Like, that really is a bit frustrating, to be completely honest with you. Can you squeeze that in there, though? It is squeezing in. Can I pop that on before that bit falls out? This is more just me futzing. That fits. I mean, it doesn't fit, but from the front, you are not going to notice. He has... I mean, because the faces are based off the official mould, it doesn't look terrible. This is a bootleg head, by the way, before anyone says That's why it looks a bit more like Trunks than it should. And a bit more like Trunks than it does with the official heads. Because I've always thought the official Figuarts heads, like on the Super Saiyan one, they're quite big. And so the faces always looked a bit off to me because of that. Yeah, these faces are a better fit. That actually looks really nice. I know the colour of the purple is a bit off. Like, leave me alone with that. So yeah, you could get away with just putting that head on there and leaving the official head on. Like, either or works. I'm kind of happy with that. That Trunks is looking better. Let us try the same with the 2.0 Armoured Trunks. This is the reissue version. I think what I'll do is, since I've already tried the base form head, let's try the Super Saiyan head on that. Ow. Be very careful with the Tonsonart head. These spikes, they be spiky. So let's see, does this pop on? Yes, it does. It's kind of got the same issue that the official one has, where the neck looks way too thin for these heads. But yeah, you could get away with that easily. That looks quite good. I like that. I'm going to need version A now, because I need another Super Saiyan hair as well. But yeah, that popped on really well. These pegs are a lot better than I thought. Honestly, when I first tried the head swaps, at this point it's been a few hours since I did that review where I said they didn't fit. That'll teach me for saying that. But at that point, I'm assuming the joints in that were still too tight. But now that they've been loosened, like, they work a lot better. So yeah, let's try this. Get BoJack movie. I mean, you can sit the head on it, but the face looks a little bit small to me. Can I do a big brain play though? And oh my god, that's tight. Bear with me. So if I take a Tonson face, can I slot it into the 2.0? Let's get that face out, because while the OG like Armoured Trunks faces looked decent, they lack detail compared to like current faces. Where's the Tonsonart one? So yeah, obviously the pegs don't fit at all, but can I sort of wedge that in there so that it looks legit? Yeah, I would pretty much call that a success. Obviously the ears are going to show, but I mean, if you put that on your display correctly, you are not going to notice that. That works as well. Like, oh my god, so many customization opportunities with this body. Like, the Tonsonart toys bodies just shot up in ratings for me. Like, genuinely. Let's try the Super Saiyan here. Again, it doesn't really pop on any, but you would be able to get away with that. That looks okay. Obviously, being the Super Saiyan head, you probably won't be able to fit a Tonsonart toy's face into it, which is a bit of a shame. Can I even attempt it? I have a spare face here. Yeah, they don't really have anywhere to sit. And because unlike the base form here, there's no way to hold it on. No, hold on. Hold the bus. I don't know if you can see that. The lip is actually holding that on. It still doesn't pop on, but that looks good. That looks really good. This is probably the best customization session we've had in a while. I'm really liking that. Yeah, so with this head, you can literally just slot the top part on. And even though it looks a bit gappy from the side, you pose that right, you are not going to notice. Yeah, if this wasn't my favourite figure before, it is now. Yeah, let's attempt to pop out the arms on this guy. The last thing which I'm not holding out hope for. Oh joy. Yeah, it's not broken, but this is what happens when you customize. Yeah, that's the butterfly joint. Bear with me 2 seconds and I'll pop that back into place. There we go. So yeah, be wary of that if you're popping the arms off for any reason. The butterfly joint may pop off with it. So let's see here. Kind of, not really. I mean, obviously it's not going to look good from the back, but can we then pop the arms back through and kind of force it to fit? There we go. I'll be honest, this was the one thing I wasn't holding out any hope for. But yeah, that kind of fits. Obviously it's a bit bulky, so his pecs are kind of like poking through the shirt or the jacket, but that still works decently well. I'm kind of impressed with that. Obviously the base form head has a bit of trouble staying on there. Let's try the Super Saiyan one. There we go. Yeah, that is an excellent looking custom Bojack movie trunks, if ever I've seen one. Obviously with Tonson coming out with his own, I'll probably have that one instead once that appears, but that is an excellent option. He's bulky, he looks good, and he works well. Like, at this point, like, get the B version if you need a Tonson Art Trunks. Get it before it like sells out completely. Like, this has sold me on this figure so much, you have no idea. Like, honestly. As always, links are in the description if you want to buy. Bear in mind everything I've shown in this video, there is a lot of options with this guy. Even if the figure itself is not the best quality control wise, the stuff you can do with it is endless, the customization. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the description, or down in the comments. I said it again. But yeah, until next time guys, I'll see y'all later.